Despite some early adjustment problems, things went reasonably well in their new small-town lives. But these days of relative contentment were marred by the knowledge that their parents were suffering. Hitler was on the move, and the news was full of the growing dangers in Nazi Germany. Both the Mullers and the Alexanders had become Auskindern wurden Briefe, children turned into letters, as they waited anxiously by the mailbox for news from their loved ones.
Mein Gott, Hans, look at this letter from your parents. Look, it's marked with swastikas, and the word geöffnet. It's been opened, and it's censored, those Schweins.
And look at all the portions that they blacked out in ink. What didn't the Nazis want us to know?
The letters were frequent at first and sounded increasingly desperate. With great anticipation, they waited for the next one.
Where are you going, Bodie? To get the mail? It's only 1 o'clock, and the postman never gets here before 2.
I feel better if I take the letter from his end.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Alexander. There's a letter for you, and it seems to be from Germany. You always are waiting for me right outside on the porch, but it's so cold. It's -5 degrees, the coldest ever I can remember. Please send my best wishes to the doctor.
Thank you.
Because Lodi's mother was aware of the censorship practices, her letters contained barely a hint of what they were enduring in Berlin. The letters contained merely clues of the horrors.
October 24th, 1941. Beloved children, we telegraphed you this week, get tourist visa Cuba. You can well imagine that we did not intend to put you in a panic without reason. In the meantime, we heard that Ecuador would be a possibility. We are convinced that you will do your utmost. Should you not be successful, we will have to submit to our inevitable fate.
Even with all the censorship, the children learned to read between the lines.
Another letter. It's dated November 12th, 1942. It's taken so long. It says, "We suppose you have learned of our misfortune hindering us being with you. We had everything arranged, yet our hopes are shattered again. This has happened 3 times already, and it's hard to bear such disappointments. We hope this will be the last."
Soon the letters became less frequent, then handwritten, as typewriters were confiscated for the German war effort. Their parents and family members were now in ghettos and concentration camps. A few letters were forwarded through the Red Cross and took months to arrive.
Letter dated April 21st, 1943. Dear children, our lives have become very difficult. We await our departure to Theresienstadt. We are in good health, but whether we reunite remains to be seen.
Alas, it was not to be. Shortly thereafter, Harry and Theresa Muller were sent to Theresienstadt, and on October 28, 1944, they were deported on transport EV from Theresienstadt to Auschwitz, where they were murdered upon arrival.
Lodi's parents, Paul and Ellie Herzberg, were also transported to Auschwitz in March of 1944, and presumably murdered on arrival.
It's ironic that we both found new life here in central New York with our loved ones. But our loved ones, they met their deaths in the same place, Auschwitz, along with so many countless others.
A soldier, but by many intense were rejected.
Dr. Alexander received the following letter on July 29, 1942 from the War Department, the Office of Surgeon General. In answer to your recent letter, it is not believed that enemy aliens who have entered the U.S. prior to January 1st, 1938 will be favorably considered for This policy, while unjust in most cases, is believed to be a necessary wartime precaution.
Despite this, both families showed great patriotism. This country had given them much, and they gave back with ardor and grace.
We desperately wanted to become U.S. citizens. We studied diligently so we could be naturalized. After the obligatory 5-year wait, we finally passed our examinations, and how happy we were. We were now American citizens.
Now that I was a citizen, I could join the U.S. Army. In 1944, I joined the 10th Mountain Division as a member of the 10th Medical Battalion. While in the Apennine Mountains in Italy, I tended to our soldiers at the battlefront. In 1945, I was awarded the Bronze Star Medal for meritorious service in combat. My service in the U.S. Army was very important to me. It was a small way in which I could thank America for giving us refuge.
When the war ended in Europe, the Alexanders were honored by their community for their service and their losses. Dr. Eugene was made the Grand Marshal of the 4th of July parade.
My most memorable image is of my 11-year-old son, Stephen, now named Stephen, riding his bicycle, decorated with red, white, and blue bunting and gray.
Eugene continued his practice in Homer until his death in 1963. He is survived by his children, Dr. Stephen Alexander and Eleanor Sontag.
After the war, Dr. Harold Miller returned to Cato in the job he loved as a country doctor. Tragically, in mid-1947, while caring for the community he loved, he contracted mumps from a patient and died 10 days later from complications. Harold was 38 years old. He is survived by his children Stephen Muller, Nancy Belkowitz, and Teresa Friend.
The stories of these two families, the Alexanders and the Mullers, are symbolic of a number of families who resettled in the central New York area and in other parts of our country. It is with great respect that we acknowledge all victims of the Holocaust and the generation of children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren who are their legacy. We are pleased to recognize the son and daughter of Dr. Eugene Alexander, Dr. Stephen Alexander, and Eleanor Sontag, as well as Nancy Belkowitz, daughter of Dr. Hans Harold, all who are here with us today. Would you please stand? Dr. Peter Townsend, son of Dr. Henry Townsend. Today, we commemorate a most painful time, and we appreciate that one significance of our Holocaust remembrance is in recognizing those who escaped with the courage to build life. In honor of those